G'day guys, welcome back to a little bit of Enshrouded. I just couldn't help myself, could I? I decided to come back, had a little bit of free time to play a bit more of this beautiful game. Obviously still going with all of the other series as well, so again, can't guarantee how often I'm going to be posting this, but I figure I'll squeeze in a little bit of Enshrouded right now. I didn't really do my homework before jumping in though. I can't remember where we left off. I know that we're trying to build out our nice little home here, and we've made a little bit of progress with some illumination, but I think we need to keep going quite hard on the illumination. So I'm thinking of starting with getting some more candles. That way we can sort of light this place up a little bit more, probably a candle up here as well. So maybe a couple of candles. I'm thinking also maybe we would want the candle chandelier as well. So yeah, let's start with that. I'm gonna be fumbling around here, guys, because I'm just trying to remember all the controls and stuff as well. So we'll see how we go. I know we've got the special you know, storage boxes as well set up, which is good, which means that we don't have to, you know, pick up every single material that we want to use when we want to craft stuff. Let's see. So this is my goal here. So we need some candles, but then we can't even make the candles either. So candles. How do we get candles normally? Might be at the other workbench, actually. Let me just check. So, illumination, candles. Yep, we just need a bit of string and some wax, which we have plenty of. So let's just make as many as we can. I'm guessing we probably will need a few candles for the chandelier. And then we just need like a whole bunch of wood and other things. So chandelier is definitely something that we can get, but I do want two of the mounted candle holders first. So let's get those, and then we'll make a little bit more candle. That should be easy enough to do by checking out our crafting here and making some more string. And yeah, we should be able to make some more candle that way. There we go. Just one more, I think, should do the trick. Okay, so let's take a look. Now we should be able to get this. And let's go ahead and put these up where they need to go. I'm sort of also thinking about how I can decorate this space a little bit more, or do I even want to do that? I'm a little bit concerned that we may end up moving at some point. So, whoops, I did not mean to do that. Undo build action. Yeah, there we go. Yes, and then what I was thinking of doing was like putting one of these pieces sort of just in front like that, so we're sort of thickening up the entrance way a little bit more, and I think that might look kind of neat. We could probably even do that here as well if we wanted to. Maybe if I stop the snapping, just move forward a little bit, or move backwards in that case. Yeah, that sort of looks quite nice. And yeah, in these types of homes, I was sort of hoping that we would be able to build ourselves like fireplaces and stuff like that. I'm not entirely sure if that's a thing, but anyway, let's get firstly our two wall-mounted candles up first. I do want the snapping this time. And I'm thinking actually of moving some of these a little bit higher, so I might actually gather up some of these things and just move them a little bit higher. Yeah, I think that definitely works a bit better. Alright. And then over here, we want one more, again, same height. Roughly there, I would say. And the chandelier. So let's get that in place. Alright, I'll obviously want to try and get this, excuse me, as center as possible. But this thing is, this thing is very large, isn't it? I might not be able to keep the chandelier in here then. I think the chandelier makes sense to be something that we hang in this room. Now, considering what we've got going here, I think an attic is probably a good idea to have. So we might want to think about how we construct an attic. I think maybe it might be important to go with the stairwell first. So let's get that in. Let's go with that, and no, actually that's not what we're looking for. We're looking for stairs. There we go. And we probably do want to switch the material. And I'm thinking we want to sort of get it going from there. Or maybe not. Maybe just one more tile over in that direction. Yep, cool. I think that makes sense. So, you know, you can sort of stop here and just enter the room, or you can keep going. In theory, that's what I want. So let's get that piece in. Let's use snapping here. Nope, that doesn't work. Huh, sometimes the snapping doesn't really work the way you think it would work. Anyway. So I'm thinking maybe we just like go up this way. Let's see if we can achieve that. Oh, no. I definitely made a boo-boo there. Let me just put that back. We'll probably need to support this area a little bit as well. Yeah, that's what we want. Though that didn't actually work out the way I wanted it to work out. Yeah, that's what I want. Okay. And is this high enough for a for an attic? I also probably need to take a look at whether or not that's, you know, affecting the look on the outside of the home. Let me see here. So is this high enough? I feel like we should be going up a little bit more, to be honest. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, okay. No. Absolutely not. That was a mistake. Maybe like that. Hang on, hang on. No. This needs to... It needs to be flush, like that. No, that's not even flush. Let's try that again. Like that. Yes, much better. Okay, so from here I sort of want to judge on whether or not this is high enough. Actually, one, I don't think it's high enough, but two, it's sort of going in the wrong direction in my opinion. So I want to do... that, but then we want I hope I'm not wasting too much wood here doing all of this. Absolutely not. There we go. Yeah, we are still just about able to squeeze through. Which is nice. Let's get that piece in there. And we'll make a judgment call again if this is high enough. I feel like it might be. I'm just sort of thinking about whether or not when we put the chandelier in, whether or not it's gonna come down too close to our heads, you know? Let's take a look. Yeah, so that's how high it will be. And I think that's actually a pretty good spot, you know, in terms of height. So, let me work on getting the rest of the flooring in here. And then we can sort of tidy up a few other bits and pieces. So, probably want to get some bigger pieces at this point. Oh, you know, one thing before I start doing all of that is perhaps maybe I should just check and make sure that there are no, like, pieces of wood hanging out past the walls. It doesn't look like it. So yeah, I think this build is looking decent. So yeah, initially I thought this is just going to be a two-story home, but it's ending up being more like a third, or sorry, triple story home, which I don't mind, obviously. But I guess it's questionable as to whether or not we can call this upper place an attic. It seems like really, really spacious. Okay, is that a problem? Is that a problem? It seems like we've got a bit of a gap here. Is that our intention? That's a very, very good question. I suppose it's probably because of the way we built things around here, but I think it's okay. We might have to sort of think about what we want to do around here eventually. Again, maybe I shouldn't think too far ahead that way, because we may be moving anyway. This is sort of our first house, and a very sort of experimental build. And I'm sure by now there are plenty of people out there building just fantastical places already. Because I feel like you can get super creative with this game. Let's try that again. I sort of wanna... do something like that. I think that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so the attic is built, and we can now get our chandelier in. The question is if we're gonna need like another chandelier for the attic now, because the attic doesn't have a lot of lighting. Anyway, let's get this in. Arguably, I could have made the ceiling on the first floor a bit higher, and that may have served a better purpose. But anyway, it's a little bit too late for that. I'm sort of hoping that that's relatively center. But yeah, that should give us a decent amount of light in this room. Now, time to sort of fine-tune this space a little bit more. Let's get maybe the smaller 2x2 pieces in, and see if we can just improve the overall safety and maybe the overall look of this place. There we go. That looks... Actually, that's not right. My bad. We actually do need to get in through here. Yeah. My mistake. Yeah, this gap is, I feel, a bit of a problem. Okay. And I feel like we could maybe cover this with some kind of a wall. We could make this into quasi-storage, maybe. Let's do that. Yep. And I might do... This is probably a first for us, but We can do actual single voxels, right? So we can probably do that. There we go. The lighting in action. Probably really dark up here though. Maybe want to get a couple more candles going. Okay. That sort of makes sense in my mind. No. Yeah, sometimes it's really tough to tell whether or not you've actually put things in the right place. I think that's probably not what we're going for. I think it's probably okay to leave it a bit free. We could cover this entire area with like a wall here too. Maybe move the candle a little bit. But again, probably don't want to stress too much about it. I do want to stress about making at least maybe 4 more candles. So let's go ahead and do that. And I think after this, we might think about going out and doing more adventuring. We still have a few craftspeople to try and find, and always be nice to have more craftspeople. Actually, candles. I need candles as an ingredient, don't I? And we actually need to make the hanging candles. The wall-mounted candles, rather. Righto. Now that we have that... Yeah, I feel like maybe the staircase needs a little bit of illumination as well, because it seems really dark. The rooms are lit up, but we're not getting enough illumination in the stairwells. And I feel like maybe even one more over here could do the trick. What's going on here? Maybe even here as well. Alright, considering all of that, why not? Let's try and resolve all of this.
Yoo-hoo! Anything else?
And maybe I can get like different types of illumination at some point, like the firefly lamps and stuff. In Valheim, you always have to fuel things like sconces and stuff, but it doesn't seem like that's the case in this game. But yeah, if it was, that would be kind of a bit of a dread, wouldn't it? Because if you think about it, you would need so many, well, sorry, you would need so much resources to actually, you know, get these things lit up. Imagine if you needed like resins and stuff for all of this. Yeah, that is looking so much better now. I should put one above the door. And we've got 3 more. Probably not the right position. Not the right position, still. Yeah, that looks good. Maybe there and there. Okay. Decent, decent. Oh, this is jutting out, isn't it? I can probably do something about that. I think. So... Can I? Can I get rid of that little piece? How would I do that? Oh, okay. That's a problem. So I'm not entirely sure what this game's solution is for repairs to buildings and stuff. Perhaps maybe it's just a matter of, you know, replacing things down like we've just done. But yeah, this is kind of a problem. So I do want to remove the upper section. Oh, okay. Apparently I can't really remove that. Hang on, what is going on here? Why can't I remove this? Okay. Well, well that helps. Now I've got a little bit more damaged looking wood over here. I guess we can fix it up this way. Alright. And back to our pillars. Alright, much better. Righto, so, was gonna say let's move on to something else, but as soon as I see problems that I want to fix, I just want to fix them immediately. Maybe I can do that, and can I use one of these pieces maybe? I think maybe it should be one of these pieces actually, like so. Yep. I think that looks like it makes sense to me. Alright. I feel like that's already half the episode, guys, and we didn't really achieve too much. But, I think maybe it's time to sort of, you know, break things up and do some exploration instead of more building. We've recently been to the carpenter's location. We probably have some other craftspeople here. There's one more person, actually. I think the hunter was the one who alluded that we have an additional person to try and recover. But instead of going for the additional craftsperson, I am inclined to look at the other things in the list that we have. So we've got the alchemist's mortar, and as much as I would like to get it, I think maybe we should put that on the back burner because I don't see myself using too many potions, not yet anyway. Then there's this flame altar and base improvement. So it's basically just saying that we can place down another flame altar somewhere else, right? Now, I did get some comments when I was, you know, on hiatus, I suppose, between episode 10 and this one. And a lot of people were mentioning that I could probably save a lot of time by temporarily setting up various flame altars in the world. So I think I want to do that, and we might actually consider the next spot for our base, so base number 2, and we could even move all of the craftspeople there, but at least that becomes like a bit of a point for us to travel to, and we should be able to fast travel between all of the altars, if I'm not mistaken. So why don't we start by going to the ancient spire, then we'll hit up the flame shrine over here. I want to look at this area. There's another flame sanctum here. My guess is there's probably going to be a little bit of nice sort of, hopefully like a valley or something with some decent flat areas that we can work with for a nice base. Alternatively, we don't have to build a base from scratch. We can take over existing structures out in the world, if I'm not mistaken. So that's, of course, another option for us as well. So anyway, gonna have something to eat. Nothing too fancy. We'll have some water as well. And yeah, we'll fast travel. Get ourselves to the Low Meadows Spire. There's a buried tomb there. Could go there. But yeah, I'm sort of hoping that by the end of this episode we can put down another flame altar somewhere. A spot that we're sort of happy with. To hopefully assist us with additional exploration from here on out. Let's go this way. Okay, there's plenty of shroud down there. Nothing that's going to hold us back though, hopefully. So I see something over there. I'm not sure if that's... No, I don't think that's where the tomb entrance is, but might not be a bad place to sort of aim for at the very least, so let's do it. The amount of shroud here is concerning though. And yeah, I literally just dived in here, not really knowing if the enemies are enemies that I can actually face. Level 7s. Okay, we've seen level 7s before. Not too much of an issue. So what is this place? A lot of these guys. So the targeting in this game, I would say I'm not a big fan of. So far, the game seems to pick some awfully strange targets for us when we do engage in targeting. Sometimes it, you know, targets the furthest enemy away, and you're like, why? So you end up having to just reset your targets anyway. Hey. Alright. Good. Yeah, so far nothing super interesting. Maybe the top floor? Okay, there's a ballista there. Is it a ballista? I don't know, maybe with that size it's maybe not a ballista. Okay, alright. We're at... Oh, okay, I was gonna count the minutes that we have to be in the shroud, but actually we've reset here, so this structure goes quite high. High enough to escape the shroud. Ooh, okay. It's a hidden area here. Nothing that I really want, so just gonna leave that. Yeah, we can take that, we can break that down. I do like those potions. Yeah, okay. And we're back down again. So, let's work our way. And I'm thinking maybe I want to sort of go through this area. Obviously need to be quick about it because we've only got another 5 minutes or so. So I'm not going to stop too much for any form of fighting or anything like that, unless we have to. Okay, we're roughly in the area. Okay, got some deadly shroud down there. Oh no. Ah, I definitely fell into that. And we're at 30 seconds. Oh, we do have a road here. I'm thinking maybe this will take us out. Come on. Ah, God. Alright. Damn it. Right, we can retrieve all of our stuff. I didn't really find the entrance to that tomb, did I? I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually take a Shroud Survival Flask this time. Give us more time to move around down there. To be fair, I could have also gotten ourselves another rested buff going back home. But I'm sort of impatient like that. Alright, let's run. Oh, actually, I can maybe take a little bit of water. What's this thing? Nothing. Okay, we are on the road, which has now disappeared. I think that's a big chasm over there, so if I go across and then come in, I think I should be able to, hopefully... Ooh, Ring of Rot. A level 5 of one of these guys. Okay. And someone was throwing like big boulders at us. I'm not entirely sure what was up with that, but anyway. We're back out, and yeah, my goal is to sort of swing around here and try and recover our stuff. So even here, this is not a bad spot perhaps for another flame altar, even temporarily, you know, just to go back home. We could do stuff like that. More bees, I'm not gonna bother. Right, let's do it. I'm wondering whether or not there could be some potions that would speed up your running. So we do run, I mean, it's relatively fast, but perhaps maybe it could be a little bit faster. This is probably the tomb, maybe. Oh no, actually we're still quite far from the tomb, my bad. Yep, we'll take everything. So where are we? Okay, Flame Shrine is just over there. Might be a good idea if we set that, or set a waypoint for it. Almost there. Ow. It seems like it's up on a really, really big hill though. So can we even access the Flame Shrine from where we're at? Maybe we need to go around. Oh. Whoa, okay. Almost jumped into that as well. And this. A lot of danger here. Okay, there we go. A lowly flame shrine out here, surrounded by the shroud, unfortunately. Well, let's collect our spark, since it took us a while to try and get here. I might experiment on getting a flame altar made No slot available in the backpack. Okay. So we might need to drop some stuff first. Flame core. Fell Thunderbrute. Okay. So I guess it just respawns in various places. Maybe we can get rid of this. We'll be able to find more anyway, so I'm not too stressed. And we do actually have a bow that we don't need, so let's salvage that. And yeah, here's a bit of an experiment. Let's use the flame altar, commune, and I guess when we don't need it anymore, we extinguish the flame. But the whole idea here is, since we're outside of the shroud, we should be able to just fast travel. So, I guess if you're more of a Valheim player, then, you know, the Flame Altar could double as having yourself a teleporter. I mean, assuming that I can teleport back there, but anyway. I'm here because I just want to sleep, and I probably want to just stash some of the stuff that I've got on hand as well. So let me just do that. Deposit stacks. Yeah, okay. So, I did put away some of our building materials though, so I might need to fetch that a little bit later if we do go back to more building. I'm gonna delete that. Do we have any string sitting around somewhere? Maybe not. Not so much linen. I haven't really used too much of it. Anyway, we've got a bit of space to work with now, which is good. Let's just repair. And now, we should be able to go back out there. Fast travel. And now, if I extinguish the flame... apparently it takes a while to extinguish, just in case you made a mistake and you wanted to recover it, I think. So let's just gather some of that stuff. Yeah, a few more seconds here. I just want to watch what it does, if it gives us our stones back. Because obviously you would need a bit of stone to make one of these things. Okay, no, it doesn't. But I guess we can find more stone when we need to find more stone. So, right, we're out of the shroud. I sort of want to go that way. We'll go back into the shroud and then we'll sort of see what's going on around here. I'm aiming for the flame sanctum up here. So, yeah, let's keep moving. Yeah, whoever left those comments around using the flame altars as, you know, fast travel points, thank you very much, sir, for a very, very insightful and very useful comment there, because I was always under the impression that we just needed to, you know, travel around between the spires, because the spires were, you know, places that you could fast travel to, but it makes a lot of sense now that you can actually make your own fast travel points. And yeah, we are definitely going to be doing more of that moving forward. Okay, so we've sort of come to a nice area here, which is not enshrouded. We could maybe place a flame altar in this place. We've also got a nice respawn point there. I understand why the respawn points aren't, you know, places you can teleport to. In my mind, it would make sense to be able to do that. I'll quickly cut this tree down. Bit of resin. A lot of people are saying apparently the different colored trees give you more resin, but I haven't seen that happen exactly, guys. I feel like I've seen resins just pop out of random trees. No science behind it. No different types of trees or anything like that. I'm sort of looking at our trajectory here, and it seems like we're going to be going back this way. I have a feeling we have been to this flame shrine before, but I'm not certain. It is uncovered by the fog though, so there is a likelihood that I have been there. Spire there, spire there. I'm thinking maybe we go back down and we set up a more permanent flame altar down here. I think it makes sense. So let's fly down there. Yes, there's still a little bit of shroud around us, but it doesn't matter. I'm not building a home here though, I don't think. So let's just collect a little bit more stone and we should be good to go. Oh, and we've got a wolf nest here. So, I don't know. I mean, again, this is probably not a place where we're going to really be building a house. Let's do flame altar. Yeah, let's just do it here. Cool. So that would have cleared up one of our quests, right? Because it was literally just telling us to make more flame altars. Growing stronger together, we will definitely get to that. Let me just take a look at where that is exactly. Alchemist's Mortar is up there. Eternal Spell. Oh, here. Ancient Vault. The Farmer. Okay. So it is further up north. Right. I do want to try and find another, like, good spot for a base. That's sort of a little bit more central compared to where we've set up currently, which is on the fringes of Embervale. Anyway, we were busy trying to climb this place before I sort of thought maybe I do want to go back down. These two spots, I feel they're probably within the shroud. There's another flame sanctum over there. I wonder if we get to rename our home locations and how that's done. Maybe we have to interact with the flame. Alright, interesting looking home there with the big hole underneath. Don't know if that's the safest place to live. The ground could be crumbling right underneath you, literally. Alright, more shroud. We could climb out of the shroud pretty quickly though. And I think that's the spire that we've been to. we sort of want to swing around this way. And I think going around might let us get to the next Flame Sanctum, so hopefully that's the case. Alright. Some kind of a bandit camp, maybe? But let's not worry about it just yet. We'll take the roads. I think someone was mentioning... I think I was questioning this as well, and someone left a comment, very useful comment, to say that we lose less stamina when we're on the roads, which makes a lot of sense in my view. So there's a little bit of resin there, but again, it's not like it's a staggering amount. So I still feel like gathering resins is kind of a difficult activity. So there's the Flame Sanctum. We may as well get that one. Collect our spark. Speaking of collecting the oh yeah, we did dump all of our stuff into storage already, which is good. Mistberry Catacombs. Right. Right, this is not the this is not the sanctum. We could explore it though. You may as well. Hopefully the enemies are okay. We don't have a lockpick. Bloody hell. Yeah, when I accidentally dumped everything without regard to whether or not we need it, I sort of had a thought, hang on, is this really a good idea? And yeah, well, we needed our lockpicks, didn't we? Okay, we've got level 9 wolves now in this area. That can be a bit of a concern. As long as we don't get overwhelmed, I think we're going to be okay. Now, the Flame Sanctum, over this way. And yeah, I'm sort of harvesting the beehives these days because I've sort of used a lot of wax for sorry, got rudely interrupted there, but I am gathering it because we've really made a lot of things with candles and wax, so I definitely feel like we need quite a bit more if we're going to continue the trend of getting a lot of illumination. One thing that I'm sort of thinking about is whether or not I want to dismantle our old base if we do decide to move, and I'm thinking maybe not, guys, because sure, we can get like a lot of our materials back, and perhaps maybe there are certain things where it might be a little bit more difficult to get the materials for. We could dismantle those things, but as for the building blocks themselves, that shouldn't be too difficult, right? Like, we can get wood anywhere, we can get stone anywhere. So, I'm thinking we probably just, you know, leave things where they are. And you never know, we might need to have a full back base somewhere. I keep saying that to myself when I'm playing Valheim, and, you know, building a base somewhere, and then, you know, saying that when we move, I'm not going to take anything with me. Thinking that perhaps, maybe one day, I might need to come back to this house, to this old house, and I never do. So, Well, there's a little bit more resin. That's good news. Flame Sanctum. Bloody hell, guys. These Flame Sanctums, why are they so high up all the time? Alright, obviously maybe another way around? Oh, or the Flame Sanctum is actually within the mountain itself. That might actually explain why it's so difficult to try and get there. Okay, obviously you're my first target then. Nice. I'll take all their stuff. Alright, what is this thing? Take a blessing. Vuk Ahar. What does that do for us? Buffs. Status details. The beast runs through your veins. That didn't really say anything or explain anything. But I'm guessing maybe extra strength based on that description. Alright. Considering where we are, guys, I think this is where we're going to call it an episode. When we come back, I'm gonna make it back out here. I try and see if we can continue going into the Flame Sanctum. Obviously, I do respawn back at home, so I'm probably just going to make myself another flame altar right now. Do I have enough stone for that? That's a very good question. It's getting dark as well. Alright, that should be enough. Hopefully, anyway. So let's do a flame altar, and let's actually get it set up. We'll chuck that there. Hey, hey! Yeah, I'm loving the fact that I can just teleport everywhere now. So, let's just commune. And I don't know if you have to commune with it initially. I could have just gone back here, but that's okay. We'll leave these flame altars around just for ease of travel. Interesting that the Cinder Vault is also a fast travel location, but you can't fast travel to some of the other ancient vaults. So I'm not entirely sure what the thought process was with that design choice there, but anyway. We're back home, safe and sound. Next episode, we should be able to just get to the Flame Sanctum pretty quickly. Again, not entirely sure when I'm going to be coming back to the game again, guys. I just happen to have a little bit of free time, that's why I'm here playing. But I hope you've enjoyed the episode so far. We obviously built quite a little bit more with our own home, but it's not enough. We don't even have a bed in there, so, you know, there's a lot to do. That's going to have to wait until we come back in the next episode. Alright, guys. As always, leave a like if you liked the video. Leave a comment if you do want to get in touch. Aside from that, stay true, and I'll see you guys in the next one.